So children, these are some important numericals from chapter AC. Let us see this one. Here it is given the hot wire emitter in figure this and this. In figure this it is showing some deflection, but in the other figure it is not showing why. So in this figure the emitter is showing deflection, and in this figure emitter is not showing deflection despite the fact that current is flowing in both. So you can see here it is DC. DC means frequency is 0. Frequency is 0, it means capacitor's opposition, which is capacitive reactance, which is equal to 1 by omega c, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi nu c. So frequency is 0, so capacitor will offer infinite opposition, okay, and will block DC, so emitter is hence showing no deflection. So let us see in this question. An air core coil, that is solenoid, an electric bulb are connected in series across this. So 50 Hertz is written, so that means it is AC. The bulb glows with some brightness, obviously. How will the glow of the bulb be affected on introducing a capacitor in series in the circuit? So right now it is glowing with some brightness. So what is the opposition? Opposition is of that of inductor, right, and that of resistor, that is bulb. But when we insert a capacitor in series with the circuit, then your opposition would become as, then it will become an LCR circuit, and opposition would be R square plus XL minus XC's whole square. So it means this quantity is decreasing. Earlier it was XL square, now it is XL minus something square. So opposition decreases. So current increases in the circuit, and hence brightness or bulb will glow more brightly. So this can be formed in MCQ. What happens to the brightness of the bulb when capacitor is inserted? Increases, decreases, remains same, becomes double, or like that. Let us see the third question. What is the power dissipation in an AC circuit in which voltage and current are given as this? So you can see current is 10 sine omega t, and it is 2 power, this voltage is EMF is 230 sine omega t plus 90. So phase wise current is lagging by 90 and voltage is leading by 90. V is ahead of current by 90. That means it is an AC circuit containing inductor only. Okay, so in inductor we know already power average is 0. You can write directly 0, or you can write Vrms, Irms, cos phi. Phase difference is visible here, 90. Cos 90 will substitute, that will come as 0. So let us see this question. A solenoid with an iron core. So we can make a solenoid, and there is an iron core in this, and a bulb are connected to a DC source, so it's DC. How does the brightness of the bulb change when iron core is removed? So when iron core is removed, then what should happen to the brightness of the bulb? So right now it is a question of DC. DC frequency is 0. Frequency is 0, so opposition offered by inductor, that is inductive reactance, which is omega L, which is 2 pi nu L. So it has got no role to play. There is no opposition. So that inductive reactance is not into play because it is not a question of AC. Right now it is a question of DC, so there is no role of inductor's opposition, so nothing will happen. it will remain unchanged. The brightness of the bulb will remain unchanged. But if it would have been the question of AC, then you know what is XL? If it is a question of AC, then XL is omega L. L's formula is, see, we know when some iron core is inserted, then L actually becomes mu R times L. Okay, this is original opposition, but with iron core, it will be XL dash and it will be mu R, L will become mu R times this. So basically your L will become mu R times original XL. So opposition increased, so brightness will decrease if it would have been the question of AC. Let us see this question. This figure shows the variation of alternating EMF per time. What is the average value of EMF for the shaded part? So for this part, we need to find out the average value. So children, this is half cycle and there is a full-fledged topic. See, now because the paper is going to come as consisting of MCQs, so direct knowledge will be applied. So acquire the knowledge first, prepare the theory part and then perform this. We have to find out the average value of EMF over half cycle. This is half cycle. So what is the value of EMF over half cycle? It is 2 by pi into peak value. So that's all. So what is the peak value? Peak value is this. Let me erase it. Then you will see properly. Peak value is this. This is the peak value. You can substitute. Right, 314 and pi is 3.14. So this is into 2. So you can see this is 200 volt. Simple numerical, but it will require the preparation of theory. In this question, two bulbs B1 and B2 are connected in series with an AC source of EMF. This AC source it is. So keep in mind this is VRMS if it is required that way. The labels on bulb 1 is this, the label on bulb 2 is this. So for bulb 1, voltage is 200 and power is 60 watt. So I will write it as 1 I have written these details. Similarly for bulb 2, power is 100 watt and voltage is 200 volt. So from power rating, that is power voltage rating, we can find out our resistances of these bulbs. Using this formula, we can find out resistance of first bulb and similarly resistance of second bulb. Okay, this is just done from the power rating. How they are connected in the numerical that we don't know. I mean, it doesn't depend upon that. Right now, power rating is given PV form mein, so we can find out resistance of both the bulbs. Substitute the values, this and this, similarly this and this, find out R1, R2. R1 and R2 will come as, or see what are we going to find out actually. We have to find out, let me tell you, we have to find out the ratios of resistances. First part is this, and second part is, we have to find out the ratios of power when connected in series. And then we have to calculate the voltage drops across both. Okay, so first of all, we'll have to understand that resistances ratio can be found directly from here. Divide both. Power is there with you. This. So let us do it. So voltage is same. You can see 200, 200. So voltage will be cancelled. Right. So resistance ratio you can find out. It will come as R1 by R2 will come as 5 by 3. You can divide and see. Then we have to find out the power in series. This is power rating. This power we will not use. Power in series. So we know in series current remains same current flows in series, same current flows through both. So first power would be I square R1, second power would be I square R2. So we can take the ratio directly. P1 by P2 would be equal to I cancel, it is equal to I square cancel, it is this. So ratio of power is also same in series. Okay, this is not the ratio of the power rating, this is power in series. Now we have to find out your voltage ratio also in series. So voltage across first divided by voltage across second is equal to, in series current remains same, this is R1 by R2. So answer of this is also R1 by R2, which is 5 by 3. Let us see this question. So this is a circuit. What will one observe when switch S is closed? So when switch will be closed, current would rise in the circuit. Suppose the battery provides maximum of 5 amperes. So current would rise. I've already taught you like this. For a moment. Okay, because current is rising, so for a moment it will induce EMF. It will oppose the cause of its own generation. And a back EMF, self-inductance. So for a moment it will oppose. So glow will increase to maximum within a moment. As we close the switch, current will increase. EMF will be induced for a moment as long as current is increasing. This is for a fraction of a second. So yeah, within fraction of a second, the bulb will glow to its maximum. Once it is reading 5 ampere, then nothing, no role of inductance because current becomes constant. There is one part. Second part is, how will the glow of the bulb change when the battery is replaced by AC source? So in place of this battery, now we are using AC source. So AC has frequency. Here frequency was 0 earlier. So inductor had no role to play, no opposition it was offering. So bulb was going to its maximum. Initially only it was little slow for a second. Then it was going to maximum because inductor has got no role to play. But here if you are replacing battery by AC source, then it will offer its inductive reactance. So yes, glow of the bulb will decrease. Mention the factors on which resonant frequency depends. So resonant frequency is your simple 1 by 2 pi root LC. So it depends upon the value of inductors and value of capacitance. Plot the graph showing the variation of impedance with frequency. Though we have done this, but as it is in form of question, so we can do it. This is impedance. So what is the formula of impedance? Root R square plus XL minus XC's whole square. So this is equal to root R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square. Okay, if you remember, we have done this already. So omega's first value is low value. Omega's second value I am taking as very high value. And the third value of omega I will take as resonant frequency at which XL will be equal to XC. So that part is easy. So I'll substitute here XL is equal to XC, my Z will be 0. So this is my reading, omega is omega R and Z is 0. This is one reading. And when omega is 0, I substitute here 0, it becomes infinity, and entire things becomes infinity. And when omega is infinity, this is infinity, so again entire thing becomes infinity. So these are the three readings and we have plotted it already like this. This is impedance against angular frequency. When omega is 0, Z is infinity, high value. When omega is infinity, Z is again high value. When omega is omega R, Z is R. Sorry, Z is not 0, 0. Z is R. See, you can see here, when you put these both equal, so it is equal to R. So that's all. You can join these readings you can join. So this type of graph is obtained. Let us have a look at the next numerical, which is little important. I mean, all are important though. When a circuit element X is connected across an AC source, a current of root 2 ampere flows through it. So right now current is IRMS, which is root 2 ampere, and this current is in phase with the applied voltage. So current is in phase with applied voltage. What does it mean? It means the element X is resistor. Right? Element X is resistor. And yes. So coming to the next. Yeah, let us read it further. When another element Y is connected across same AC source, the same current flows as in when Y is connected, value of current is same, that is root 2 ampere, but it leads voltage. So current is leading voltage. Okay, current is leading, voltage is not leading. So current will lead in case of capacitor. So this is capacitor. So Y is capacitor. Name the circuit elements X and Y. So we named it because when we were using X, current was in phase with voltage. So it is X is resistor. And here current is leading the voltage. So Y is capacitor. First part is done. Let us see the second part. See, if you see, voltage in both the cases is same because they both are connected to the same AC source. So voltage is VV. So can we find out R from here? It is V by I. So it is V by root 2. Can we find out this opposition from here? See, current will be opened as V by opposition. So current is root 2, V is V. So XC is capacitive reactance is V by root 2. We are adding V in place of this voltage because voltage in both the cases is same because both are connected to the same AC source. So my XC is ready, capacitive reactance is ready as this. Now find the current that flows through the circuit when the series combination of X and Y is used across same AC voltage. So what is next case? Voltage is same, but this time element X, which is a resistor, element Y, which is a capacitor, both are connected to same AC source. So this time opposition would be your R square plus XC square. Okay? And both are equal to, if you have seen it, both are equal to V by root 2, and here also it is V by root 2 because voltage was V and current was this. So can we substitute V by root 2 here and V by root 2 here. So it's root V square by 2 and V square by 2. So V square is common, which will be V, and 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 will be 1. So basically it is V. So Z is coming as V ohms. Right. So what will be the current now in the circuit when both are connected in series? It will be VRMS upon Z. VRMS is V because the series combination is also connected across the same voltage. And Z is also coming as V. V is some variable. V is not volt. It's V symbol. So 1 ampere is the current that will flow when both are connected in series. Now let's get to the next part of the question. Important question. Plot a graph showing the variation of net impedance of X and Y, series combination of X and Y against angular frequency. So you can see impedance is impedance of resistor and capacitor is equal to R square plus XC square. Okay, so it is equal to root of R square plus 1 by omega C square. So this is equal to R square plus 1 pi omega square C square. So we'll have to plot the graph between Z and omega. So you know what is to be done. Only two values are sufficient. We will not take resonance because resonance will not occur now. So omega small, omega big. So when omega is small, this is infinity, Z is infinite. And when omega is infinite, this becomes 0, so it is R. So only two values. Now let us see how to plot. So you can see Z, this side, this omega, and this is Z. So omega 0, Z is infinite. So omega is 0 here, Z is infinite here. And omega is infinite this side. So Z is R, Z is some value R, this is value R. So Z के big values के लिए, omega के big values के लिए Z is R. So you can join, this is a graph. Okay, for bigger values of omega, Z is R. So prepare these numericals. These are all important. And rest of the numericals will be in next video. So kindly prepare.